Hello, this is Lucera with Beaucheval Whispers. Beaucheval Whispers are sights, sounds, sensations and thoughts that I share with you from the presence of horses. I just walked into the edge of the paddock of a horse that I'm incredibly fond of, and her name is Quizzical. And she just walked over to me to say hello, I think. And she's standing by me. As I thought about what I wanted to share next in the whisper of support, what came up was support for when change is difficult. And right now, with the change of seasons, for me personally, it's a time when change is difficult for me, and for others it's not. But this is to offer support for moments when change is hard. So one of the things that I did was come in, before I came into the paddock with Quiz, I took a moment to just take a deep breath and to look around me. I'm at Pegasus, a farm where I used to teach, and is a very, very safe and calming place for me. And so I think when we even approach change that is difficult, being somewhere that is supportive and grounding is necessary. I'm looking around me and it is so perfectly quiet. The sky is grey, but we can see the sun. Chris is very intrigued with the microphone. You can see the sun, just like a little glow behind the clouds. Yet it's still very grey. Everything is very green. And there is a light rain that was falling, but has tapered off now. One of the reasons I love Quiz is because I find her to be incredibly strong. Strong in her own sense of herself. And I think that that's a good energy to have around us as we begin to notice what it feels like for us in our bodies when we think about a change that feels difficult. And I pick the seasons because it's a lighter topic. You know, there are bigger changes that are happening in my life, your lives, most likely. But I think if we approach weather, it's a soft entry into some of the sensations in our body that we can experience when change is difficult. So in this moment, I'm going to think and tap into what I feel in my body when I think of the coming season that's cold, shorter days. And as I think about that, I feel this almost like panic in my chest. But then I'm able to switch back to the sounds of Quiz chewing. And my body just let out a sigh. And so notice in your body, and maybe it's not autumn. In some parts of the world we're going from rainy season to the nice sunny drier months. So this time of year may not feel difficult for you. You may be here and it's not in the northeast of America and it's not feeling difficult for you. But if you can tap into something, the change of season for you, or the time of year that does feel more difficult for you. Quiz just lifted her head up to the microphone. And notice what you feel in your body. Are there any sensations, movements that your body would like to make? And as you notice that, perhaps the sound of just my voice next to Quiz can offer you some support. Just to tap into the sensation of what it feels like to notice that change is difficult. Instinctively, as I'm speaking, I'm running my hand along her body, and I find that incredibly soothing. And I'm also very appreciative of her for choosing to stand next to me. And so my offer of support is not to run away from the feeling that's difficult, but just to tap into it lightly to begin with, from a place of serenity, support, quiet. She makes me smile. I think one of the things with horses is just learning to be honest about what the sensation is, even when the sensation is difficult. The feeling of change. And to not feel that in this moment that you are acknowledging that you have to change anything. It's not an easy concept for most of us because we don't want to stay with what's uncomfortable. But I think if we can just tap into the honesty of what's difficult from a place of support and strength, as I feel in this moment, it's the beginning of working that muscle to be able to deal with change that is inevitable. So on that note, perfectly cute, you can't make this stuff up. On that note, until next time.